do you see this result today and the phenomenon of Vijay? Did you grossly underestimate his connect with young people in Tamil Nadu?
We accept the people's mandate. The people had given us three election victories: 2019, 2024, and 2021, three major victories. And now they wanted a change and they voted for a change. And I majorly see this as a vote for anti-establishment. If they wanted to vote for an other party, they would voted for AIDMK, BJP, which has an administrative experience. But it's not that. I think this is a vote exactly for anti-establishment, like we have seen across the world, like En Marche in France when Emmanuel Macron became president when he was 38 years, or Trump's movement in US with the Republic Party, or Ukrainian President Zelensky, who started a movement as a comedian and then became the president, or let's say what is happening in Nepal. So this is just the angry youth wanting to say the system that we give a damn to you. I think that's how I see it. And one of the primary reason for it is unemployment, which is happening due to changes in the world economy, such as artificial intelligence has put IT engineers out of work. Or, for example, Tamil Nadu has 600,000 engineering colleges, and because of these changes, and most of them are not able to get jobs. And this angry voter is what I think has created this churn.
But
for example, when I was a student.
Can I ask you though, Tamil Nadu is one of the states, I mean, economically, it's actually done pretty well. And as far as welfare schemes are concerned, again, the DMK has been known for that, for its various schemes. So normally, it's been considered in the last couple of years, especially that welfare schemes help political parties, particularly those who are incumbent governments, retain power. What does this election tell you? Even if your economy is doing well, even if your welfare schemes, have been around for a while and have done, well, people clearly want more.
I think this victory to Vijay is has not to do only with this 5 years of DMK government. I think it goes to the previous 10 years of ADMK and maybe our previous 5 years. I think it is a system that they don't like. For example, when I was a student of political science, I studied an interesting article which said the chance of incumbent in the 1940s US getting returned to power drastically reduced if it was drawn 3 months prior to, within the 3 months within the election. So elections are emotive issues, and Vijay offered a better life. They didn't think how he could offer it, but they thought better life. And because DMK and ADMK created an aspirational society with a digital economy, with 90% internet penetration, this was possible in Tamil Nadu than in a place where it's much worse, where somewhere else where the inequality is much higher. Maybe the threshold wouldn't have been there, but because there was a threshold, that is why you also see a revolution like En Marche, which was not a political party, it's a movement, happened in a developed country like France and not somewhere in Africa.
Mr. Dharanidharan, I wanted to ask you, Udayanithi was anointed the successor to Stalin. He's a young politician. Are you saying that both the Dravidian giants totally lost their connection to the youth, and that is the result that we are seeing today? That they had no traction with the young people, they did not know what the young people were thinking and what they wanted?
I wouldn't say that we completely lost touch. We did a lot of schemes for the young people to train them. But from look over this illusionment or disgruntlement was building up for the last 10 years or 12 years. Unfortunately, it is just that there was no one for them. Right now, Vijay had come, so we have seen Vijay. So who's Vijay in movies? Vijay in movies is an angry young man who's fighting the system. So they're angry with the system. So they voted for someone with whom they can resonate, who's fighting against the system. That's how they have seen it.
How is this going to change Tamil Nadu in terms of policies and society? What difference is this going to make, do you feel?
Okay, I'll tell the positives and I'll go to all the negatives. The positives, Vijay has broken the myth that money is necessary to win elections. Second, he's broken the myth that caste plays a major role, because Vijay has made 1 year candidates contest in Gounder constituencies, Gounder in 1 year, Muslims in a Brahmin constituency, and so on and so forth. They all have won. And second, he has also broken the myth of grassroots. So I think he has proved that if people trust you, nothing else matters. You can win. But the negative,
Very interesting. Those are very strong positives.
But I
Let's
also
hear the negatives. Yeah.
The negatives is that winning in election is completely different from running the administration. Skill sets required to govern are mutually exclusive to the skill sets required to get elected. So a party which came very quickly and does not have many experienced MLAs, and many of the ministers, or 90% of the ministers, would not have administrative experience. How are they going to govern? To be dependent on the bureaucracy is not the solution. The Indian bureaucracy is more than 100 years of age. If the youth wanted a change, then they would not voted for a party for them to let the bureaucrats to govern. They want something different.
So
that will be
one
interesting.
policy you think will be definitely on his agenda.
Making the youth get employed, providing them dignifiable jobs, not work in, let's say, gig economy.
That's huge.
I thank you so much, Mr. Dharanidharan, for joining us.